if you have checked out any of my videos before, you know that I am on the search for the best gear possible when it comes to fitness, kettlebell sport, living an active lifestyle. And one of the key pieces of equipment, I think, is wireless earbuds, because I need to be able to not have wires when I work out, and I need to be able to use them when I teach classes. I would also like them to double for when I want to be up and walking about while I'm on the phone with clients or taking meetings during my day job. So really, I'm looking for the best possible everyday earbuds that also work for fitness. I started buying wireless earbuds back well before they were ready, and I've spent a lot of money on a lot of different earbuds. So in fact, I've made some bad purchases. If you want to check out my previous review of the Ultimate Ears Fits, you can check out the video here. Today, I have been searching for my replacement for those UE Fits that I returned, and thank you, Ultimate Ears, for giving me a refund on those. But now I am without earbuds, or actually, truth be told, I have 3 pairs of earbuds I have been doing an evaluation on for the past 2 weeks, basically. I'm gonna do a review of each of these earbuds for you, and I'm gonna keep the dimensions that I compare them across the same for all 3 pairs. So first is fit, and this is most important to me because when I'm working out, I need them to be secure. I also have some kind of weird shaped ears where one of my ears is slightly bigger than the other one. So I need to have them where they're comfortable, they stay in place. I can wear them for an extended period of time because I like to go for walks. I like to go on, listen to podcasts. I will wear them while I'm on phone calls with clients, while I'm taking meetings, etc. So it's not uncommon for me to wear my earbuds for hours at a time. So I need them to fit securely and comfortably. Even when I'm working out, which, when you're doing kettlebells and kettlebell sport, like, you're bending over a lot. And if you're like me, you get kind of sweaty. I'm a sweaty Yeti when I work out. So they need to stay secure even when they are getting sweat on them. So fit is my number 1 criteria. Number 2 is sound quality. I'm a musician, I'm a singer. So the quality of sound matters a lot. Like, they're freaking earbuds. Like, they should sound good. So that's very, very important to me as well. That's my number 2. That's my number 2 dimension. Number 3 is the microphone. So if you're going to be taking calls, you're going to be on business meetings, people need to be able to hear you. It's pretty important that they hear you and that it's clear. So microphone quality is very important as well. Number 4 is connectivity. How well do Bluetooth earbuds stay connected to my phone or to my laptop? So connectivity, I need any earbuds that I have to be able to connect both to my phone and to my laptop. And that can be problematic for some, especially lower priced earbuds. So connectivity is a super important thing for me because I switch between using my phone and using my computer. And I use my computer to teach classes when I do Zoom classes for Kettlebell Sport. So with the Twin Cities Kettlebell Club. So I have to have earbuds that will connect well and interface well with my computer, as well as ones that connect well to my phone. So that is number 4, connectivity. Number 5 is the charging and case. So how well do the buds charge, hold a charge? How's the case? Is it easy, convenient, etc. And number 6, and probably least important for me, is the design. So the aesthetic, the design and the build, right? Build quality does matter because obviously, at this price point, I want the earbuds to last. But the aesthetic design is probably my least important factor. This is very individual. I will say, just because my choice is the right pick for me doesn't mean it will be the right pick for you. And hopefully I'm going to give you enough information that you can make an informed decision on which one you want to try first. We will start first with the Jabra Elite 85T Active. Now, first and foremost is the fit. These earbuds are small, so they fit into the ear very easily. They go right inside, and you get a nice seal. They connect straight out of here, but they go in pretty easily, and they sit deep in the ear, and they actually have a unique shape where they're kind of ovular shaped, so it matches up with the natural shape of the inside of your ear, which is a design change from the 87T, which I like because I had the 87T a couple years ago, and I didn't like them because they kept coming out. They would slip out and they would fall out because of that round. No matter how big of earpieces I put in, they would never stay put. So I could never quite get comfortable with the 87 or with the 75T, but these ones were pretty good. The fit on them is comfortable. They're easy to wear. They stay in place during everyday activity pretty well. But with that said, they would not stay put very well during workouts, especially when I was getting sweaty. When I would get sweaty, these things would start to get a little bit loose, and there's no ear hook to keep them in place. So the fit was very good, but not excellent. And sometimes I would lose a little bit of seal on the fit. Next is sound quality. Now on sound quality, these were very good, especially considering their small size. They pack a punch for such a little earbud. And the active noise cancellation on these is really, really solid. There was a few times I put them in and I didn't even realize how little sound I was hearing from the outside world until my wife gave me the, "Did you hear me? Honey, did you hear me?" Which is my fault because I was wearing earbuds and a stocking cap. So she didn't know that I was actually even had these earbuds in. So she didn't realize that I was listening to a podcast and could not hear literally anything she said. So the active noise cancellation on these is really good. It does have tunable EQ. You can modify the settings to a bunch of different presets, and I think you can also customize them as well. So the Jabra app is really, really helpful with that. I did really like the active noise cancellation. Really good, high quality sound. Really excellent, especially when you consider the size. Dimension number 3 is the microphone. Now, this is where I was a little disappointed. Jabra is actually a company that makes wireless microphones, and they used to get pretty good reviews, but I have had a number of people complain to me about not being able to hear me when I was on these earbuds. So I was a little bit surprised when people said I sounded muddled or they couldn't hear me. So the microphone quality on these, not great. It was okay. Most of the time I didn't have any issue, but when I was in a noisy environment, or if I was wearing them with my stocking cap, people couldn't hear me as well because the microphone was maybe covered by my stocking cap, which is the nature of living in Minnesota in January. You tend to wear a stocking cap, especially if you have hair like this. So microphone, so-so. I thought it was okay, but a lot of complaints about it being muddled. Number 4 is connectivity. Some issues on a few calls. There was a few times when the Bluetooth just went wonky and would go robot sound, and then I couldn't hear the other person, and I honestly had to hang up and then restart the call. I didn't have to put the earbuds back into their case to reestablish the connection. So it was just a weird thing between the Bluetooth on my phone and the Bluetooth in my earbuds, where there was a couple of times where the connection went wonky. Other than that, I didn't have any issues on playback with my computer. I haven't had any issues listening to music on playback. So generally the connectivity's been pretty good, but just a few times where the Bluetooth just kind of went for, I don't know what reason. So I would say connectivity is pretty good. It does connect to multi-point, so you can connect it to your phone and you can connect it to your computer, although Jabra says they are optimized for mobile and they are not designed to connect to computers. It did connect to my Windows laptop. Okay, I have a Microsoft Surface, which might technically be a tablet in their world, so maybe it's set up to work okay. But if you're on a a tower desktop, it may not connect, unless you have a Bluetooth converter. I'm not sure. There's some subreddit threads about that. So just look into the connectivity. If you need a headset that connects to your computer as well as your phone, you might want to look into that. So that's connectivity. Number 5 is charging and the case. So I haven't had any issues with the battery life, and the case, as you can see, is pretty small. It fits in the palm of my hand here. It's fairly easy to carry. You can actually get like a keychain to put it on your keys if you tend to lose these things. And all in all, the case is solid. It's got a USB-C connection in the back. But the coolest thing about this, I will say, is that it does support wireless charging, which is really nice. You can just put it on, if you have a wireless charging phone, you can put it on the same wireless charging station as your phone, and it will wirelessly charge, which is a really cool feature. I wish other brands would pick that up as well, because that is a very cool feature of this case. That is one of my favorite features about these is actually the wireless charging. So battery life was good, charging speed was good. I had no issues with that. Now it's only been 2 weeks, so I haven't noticed anything, and I've got cords everywhere I go. I've got charging cords, so I rarely let my devices get too low on juice. But battery life on these is very good. Now, the last piece is design and build. I was okay with a lot of the pieces of this. I think they look very sleek. I think they're less obtrusive. They don't stick out of the ears like some other earbuds do, and pretty nice, sleek design. I like the change that they made to improve the fit. But I will say they have physical push buttons that are embedded here in the earbud that you actually have to push down to toggle them. And that is a little bit annoying, frankly, because they're not super intuitive. And if you press the wrong button, you get the wrong response. Obviously, you have to remember, and they've got that's not a very big area, and they've got different places where you push it to get different responses. I understand they're trying to make the functionality to have more options for functionality for you across the platform, but I just don't like the physical buttons that they have, the way that they've set them up. It's not super intuitive, and it's kind of a pain. So, but all in all, Jabra Elite 85T Active, a nice set of everyday earbuds. Not necessarily the best for working out, but a really solid everyday earbud, especially if you don't have different sized ears like I do. Next is the Sony WH-1000XM4, and I keep having to check my notes to make sure that I get that name right because it is a mouthful. These are supposed to be the creme de la creme of earbuds. They have won best overall wireless earbud for 2021. They're on a bunch of lists as the best overall earbud that you can get for the money. They are $279, so they are not cheap. And you better really like them. All right, so dimension number 1, fit. Now these guys are a little bit bigger, and they come with this this moldable foam that you press on, and it goes in and sits here in the ear. But it also sticks out a little bit from the ear. All right, so take 2. And all right, so the second pair of earbuds that I'm going to review are the Sony WH-1000XM4s. Now that is a mouthful. they need to really work on their naming because that name kind of sucks. These are supposed to be the creme de la creme of earbuds. They're the top of the list on a lot of lists for the best earbuds you can get, best earbuds money can buy, for a number of lists while I was doing my research. Now, dimension number one is fit. And let's see, I will say that the fit on these is not good for me. They sit outside of the ear, and this canister here is probably what gives you the active noise cancellation. Those components have to be built in there. And then it has these moldable foam inserts that make them shaped to your ear in your ear canal. I was not a fan of the fit on these. I could only wear them for about 30 minutes to an hour before they started to hurt the cartilage on my ear. And then the fit was also loose. I would get a good seal in my ear canal, but they were too loose to work out with. If I got sweaty, or when I got warm, it would heat up that foam, and that foam would get more pliable, and so then it would slide out of my ears pretty easily. So the combination of it hurting my ear and then being loose and sliding out was just not good from a fit perspective. It was too loose. I even went on Amazon and invested in some replacement ear tips that were supposed to be really good, and that did help make them not slide out as much. The X Elastic ear tips, I did really like those. Those were really good, but that still didn't change the fact that they hurt my ear. I couldn't get them to not hurt. I would wear them for like 30 minutes to an hour, and it would just hurt the cartilage of my ear. So that's just not a good experience. So the fit on these was unfortunately not good, because everything else I really like about these earbuds. They are excellent earbuds, but if they don't fit you well, they're not a good option. So moving on to number 2 was sound quality. These are fantastic. The hype is well deserved. The active noise cancellation on these earbuds is phenomenal. It is best in class. I couldn't hear anything other than my music or my call when the ANC was on. It is tunable, and it has an adaptive setting where it will actually give you more or less active noise cancellation depending on where you go. But there was this really annoying beep that every time it would adjust the adaptive noise cancellation, it would beep at you, like to let you know that it was doing something. It was like Stuart, like, "Hey, look what I can do! Hey, look what I can do! I just changed it. There's more noise cancellation. It's really loud. Wait, it's really quiet." You know, like, it was super annoying to keep getting it beeping at me. So I actually went and turned it off, and I was no longer getting that beep interrupting my music or interrupting my calls. And once I got rid of that, it was much, much better. But the sound quality on these is absolutely awesome. Top to bottom, just awesome. Bass, mid, and treble were all great. ANC is awesome. I'm sure they can update that feature on their software at some point to stop having it beep at you when it makes a change, because that's just super disruptive to the listening experience. But I'm sure Sony will probably address that at some point if enough users complain about it with a firmware update. But you can also adjust it on the settings where you can just turn off that adaptive noise cancellation. You'll still have active noise cancellation. It just won't toggle up and down based on how loud the environment is. But sound quality on these was awesome. Factor number 3, microphone. On the microphone, I had no complaints. It was really good. Nobody told me anything about my sound quality being bad or not being able to hear me. I had much less problems with that than I did with the Jabra. So the microphone quality, I would say, very good. No issues at all. Number 4 is connectivity. On connectivity, this was honestly the best of the bunch. It seamlessly connects to multiple devices. So it connected to my laptop without any issue, connected to my phone without any issue. It can be tethered to both at the same time without needing to deactivate one or the other. So the multi-point connectivity was fantastic, and it switched between them easily. I could just go switch inputs, and it was not a problem. I never had any issues with it. It switched seamlessly. It was really, really great for that. So the connectivity on these was really good. Playback was really good. I never had any interruptions. I never had any calls drop. I never had lag or latency with watching movies or anything like that. So I really had no issues with the playback or the connectivity on these earbuds. So really good. The charging and the case on these, the case is small and compact again. It's this matte black color and just with the little Sony logo. It's USB-C charging on the back. It does not have the wireless charging capability, however, which is frustrating. Once you've had a case that has wireless charging, you kind of want it. It's a nice to have. It's not a need to have. Like, it's certainly not a requirement. But when I'm spending $280 on a pair of earbuds, I kind of want all the bells and whistles, frankly. Like, I want the wireless charging. I want it to do all the things. I mean, I want it to make me dinner too, but it's a good case. It's small, easy, does a good job, charges fast, and I think it holds one charge in the case, which is kind of the standard for these smaller cases. You're going to get one full charge out of these before the case itself would need to be charged. But again, no issue for me because I've got plenty of charging cords around. So that's why charging is a little bit further down the list for me. But it is a nice little compact case. Design and build, they did actually improve the shape of these compared to the last generation of the earbuds, but it's still too big for me. Like, it still hurts my ears. It still sticks out too far. It still slides out of the ears. They haven't done enough for me to make these comfortable for long periods of wear, but the sound is so good. It's for a lot of people, it's probably worth it. Like, honestly, if the fit on these was better, they would be far and away the winner. Like, if these fit comfortably, I wouldn't have looked for other earbuds. These ones really are excellent earbuds. So honestly, it's worth trying just to see if they do fit you well and you have a different experience than I had, because the sound on them is so good. The connectivity on them is good. The microphone is good. Everything about these are really phenomenal earbuds. I can see why all of the hype. They just weren't the best option for me because of the fit. But they are excellent. They are excellent earbuds. All right, and last but not least is the Shure Aonic 215 Generation 2 wireless earbuds. Now, dimension number one is the fit. And with these, they actually come with an over-the-ear loop. So you get the in-ear monitor, and then you loop this around your ear, and it actually sits around here, so you can get it behind the ear, and it's going to stay in place really, really well because of that. Now, obviously, I'm wearing glasses and I'm wearing my hands here, so I can't fully put them on, but it's going to loop around behind the ear, and the actual in-ear monitor is going to go into the ear canal. So the fit on these is fantastic. They are super comfortable, and I can wear them for an extended period of time. And because of the over-ear loop, I never worry about them slipping out. I've never lost any seal. They stay in place no matter whether I've been sweaty, jumping up and down, doing, snatch or long cycle or burpees, or I don't do burpees very often, but you can honestly do anything because the fit on them is fantastic, super comfortable, stays in place. That over the ear loop makes such a big difference, like especially for a fitness perspective. That over the ear loop makes a huge difference in comfort. So on that dimension, they are fantastic. Next is sound quality. Shure makes great audio equipment. That is one of the things they're known for. The audio on these is fantastic. Everything sounds good. Bass, mid, high, everything sounds good. And it has super tunable, customizable EQ settings that you can do in the app. So the Shure Play app is fantastic. There's a lot you can do in there from tuning the EQ. It honestly has the best EQ settings of these three options. So you can do the most with it. I was really happy with it. The sound straight out of the box is fantastic, and you can tune it to whatever sounds good for you. And there are presets as well that you can toggle between, like for podcasts, or if you want a bass heavy because you're listening to hip hop or whatever. There are a lot of tunable settings that are really fantastic for this. Number 3 is the microphone. Now, Shure is also known for their microphones. They are a microphone manufacturing company. They make podcasting mics, vocal mics. They are an audio equipment manufacturer. So, unsurprisingly, the microphones in these are fantastic. So you get really good microphones in these earbuds. I have had no complaints on calls. Everybody can hear me just fine. I have no issues. Number 4 is connectivity. The connectivity on these is very good. I was able to connect to my phone and to my computer without any problem. I can toggle back and forth between the two. I just click connect on my computer. It automatically disconnects from my phone and connects to my computer, and vice versa. So I don't have any issues there. I've had no issues with sound on videos or music on either device. I will say the one issue I have had is controlling the volume setting when I'm on Zoom calls on my computer. I don't know why that is. That might be a Zoom thing. That might be a Shure thing with the software, but I'm confident that's something that can be resolved either by contacting Zoom or contacting Shure. I'll probably be able to figure it out. But there's just been times where it's been super loud. The problem is not I couldn't hear. The problem was just like, whoa, it's really loud. And I wasn't able to adjust the volume. So I've got to figure that piece out. But other than that, the connectivity on these is fantastic. Now, number 5 is charging and case. Now, one major difference between this and the others that we've looked at is this case is huge, right? Like, in the palm of my hand, you can see like this is a big ass case. But it also has 3 dots on the bottom here because it holds 3 full charges for your earbuds. So part of the reason it's such a big case is that it holds 3 charges. It has the USB-C connection here. And when you fully charge the case, it can charge your earbuds from 0 all the way to full 3 times, which is by far the most of these 3 options. Some people really hate this case because it is so big. Like, it's not going to conveniently go in your pocket, although it will go in my hoodie pocket fairly conveniently. But it's not going to go in your jeans pocket very conveniently. But it will attach to your gym bag. And frankly, for me, I actually really like the big case, A, because of the charging life that we just mentioned, but B, because I'm not going to fucking lose this nearly as easily. I tend to misplace those little cases from the other options. So I'm not going to lose the case nearly as easily on these. So I would say that the case is actually, for me, a plus. For some people, it might be a minus, but for me, it's a plus. I really like this case, and I like these earbuds. All right, last but not least is design and build. So this is my least important from an aesthetic perspective, but these guys have a very different game going on than the other two because they've made this modular. You can actually take these wireless adapters off and connect these in-ear monitors back to a corded solution. And they do provide a cord for these as well. So they intentionally built these differently than any other solution on the market. It's not for everybody. I think some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it. I happen to really be a fan of it. The quality is very, very solid. Now you may run into, because you're actually manipulating the cords and the connections, if you pull on those a lot, or you take those on and off a lot, you might end up running into some longevity issues. But I don't have any intentions of taking them and making them corded. I don't have any need for that, but it's a possibility if you want it. So these are another great option. I love these earbuds as well. Fantastic across nearly all of the dimensions. All right. So of the three options, which are the ones I'm going to keep? You may have guessed it from the way that I was talking about it, but my favorite of the three is honestly the Shure. The sound on them is really fantastic, but ultimately for me, it's about the fit. The fit is awesome. They stay in place. I know they're not going anywhere. I get good connectivity. I get good microphones. So it hits all of the important things. I like the design and build of these. I like the hockey puck case because I'm not going to lose it. So for me, I think for my $230, this is the option I am going to go with. The next closest one would probably be the Jabras, because they're super easy and they're super convenient. They're a great everyday carry type of earbud. That would be my next one. And the third would be the Sonys, and that's just for me because of the fit. If the Sonys fit like the Jabras fit, that would absolutely be the earbuds that I would go with. Or if the Sonys fit like the Shure fit, that would be a no-brainer. I love the active noise cancellation on them. I love the sound. They sound awesome. They're great across so many dimensions, but the fit is just something I can't get over. So all three of these earbuds, frankly, are good options. You can't go wrong with any of the three of them. It's just a matter of finding which ones are the right ones for you. For me, because of my preferences and what I'm using them for, the Shure Aonics are the best option for me. But your results your needs may be different. So your evaluation would be different. But hopefully you found this informative and useful, maybe a little bit entertaining as well. If you like this content,